Today we peel back layers of intrigue and corruption swirling through South Africa's corridors of power and crime. We reveal explosive claims from General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi in KwaZulu-Natal, unravel the chilling details behind the disappearance of Jerry Boshoga, and examine why bail was refused in the case of Katiso Molefe. In our journey, we'll confront questions about influence, loyalty, and justice. Before we begin, imagine the smoky haze of a courtroom, the murmurs of outrage among vigilant citizens, and the tension of shadowy alliances wielding power behind closed doors. That's the stage we'll navigate. To understand how we got here, let's rewind. General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi is a respected figure in law enforcement. Years ago, he took the unprecedented step of suspending Richard Ndluli, a powerful ally of former President Jacob Zuma, for serious misconduct. That act earned him a demotion, but also proved his willingness to pursue justice even amid political danger. Now, as police commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal, he has become a beacon of uncompromising integrity, and that has unsettled some within the system. In recent days, powerful voices linked to President Ramaphosa's circles have reportedly moved to remove Mkhwanazi, uneasy with his methods and the power he wields. Political commentator J.J. Tabane has drawn attention to these whispers of a campaign to push him out. Meanwhile, security veteran Themba Masiko warns that any tampering with police independence threatens the rule of law itself. But Mkhwanazi is undeterred. He intends to fulfill his contract through December 2025 and retire on his own terms. He denies any ambition for higher office, such as leading the Hawks. This showdown represents a stark confrontation between those who prioritize accountability and those who value influence over integrity. Public sentiment overwhelmingly favors Mkhwanazi. Demonstrations organized by groups like Concerned Citizens of South Africa underscore the belief that society must stand with individuals who risk everything to clean up our communities. Pastor Mervyn Reddy, one such activist, has emphasized that citizens must rally behind leaders who place integrity above opportunism. National Police Commissioner Fanny Masemola, for her part, maintains that questions of contract renewal rest with the employer and employee. Yet the public's voice is clear: let Mkhwanazi finish what he started. Now, against this backdrop of political pressure and public support, enters a darker mystery: the 2024 kidnapping of Jerry Boshoga, a Pretoria entrepreneur and farmer and best friend to the notorious Boshoga Cat Matlala. The Boshoga family endured unspeakable terror, ransom letters, terrifying video evidence, and months of anguish. According to police sources, a drug shipment gone awry lies at the heart of the kidnapping, though Jerry's mother, Lily Boshoga, emphatically denies her son's involvement in criminal activity. The threads of this case stretch wider still. Boshoga's disappearance appears linked to the abduction of Nkobel Dikgale and her young son, which itself may have stemmed from money disputes between Boshoga and Randy Dikgale. Some say the release of the Dikgales was orchestrated only after the killing of DJ Rametsi, Sitso, Tlati, believed to be an informant. In these tangled webs of betrayal and retribution, Cat Matlala's name looms large. Law enforcement officials, especially Special Crimes Investigator Mike Boluis, have labeled him a highly dangerous individual tangled in tender corruption and protected by ties to senior police figures. Matlala also emerges in the dark backstory of whistleblower Babita Deokaran's murder. His alleged orchestration of that assassination casts a long shadow. Deokaran's death, which targeted a courageous voice speaking out against maladministration in the Gauteng Department of Health, remains one of the most chilling reminders of how far some will go to silence truth. If Matlala bears responsibility, his reach extends into the highest echelons of governance, and the kidnapping of his friend Jerry may be less a personal tragedy than a perilous shift in control. Now, let's turn to the third arc in our story, the case of Katiso Molefe, a Santon businessman accused in the killings of DJs, Somebody and Vintos, among other crimes. The court denied bail, citing serious concerns. He is considered a flight risk, and there are fears he could tamper with witnesses. Molefe's history includes a previous drug smuggling conviction in the United Kingdom, reinforcing the court's apprehension that he may evade justice or intimidate key figures if released. So, what do these threads tell us when woven together? They reveal a justice system under strain, pressed by political currents, haunted by criminal underworlds, and shadowed by figures who operate in the gray spaces between power and lawlessness. Mkhwanazi represents a lifeline toward institutional integrity. Cat Matlala embodies the corrosive threat of crime and influence converging. Boshoga's Kidnapping unveils how easily personal bonds can become leverage in dangerous games. And Malef's restricted freedom reflects the court's tightrope, balancing fairness with protection of victims and the rule of law. Looking ahead, this narrative unfolds with urgent stakes. If Mkhwanazi remains in place until December 2025, will he be able to conclude major probes and hold powerful figures accountable? Or will political maneuvering undermine his authority and jeopardize progress? Will the Boshoga case yield clarity and justice, or remain lost in a mire of criminal networks? Could Matlala's supposed links to high-level police contacts shield him from prosecution, or will he finally face scrutiny? And will Malef's case become another symbol of the court's ability to weigh risk against rights, or will it expose cracks in judicial protections? In considering these outcomes, one thing stands out. The future hinges on public vigilance and the will to demand transparency. If citizens continue to speak up, back uncompromised leaders like Mkhwanazi, and push for accountability across institutions, the promise of justice endures. If silence and complacency creep in, the shadow of corruption grows darker. We've taken a deep dive into a story where courage, conspiracy, and the quest for justice collide. And now, what do you think? Should General Mkhwanazi be extended so he can see investigations through, or allowed to retire as planned? Was Jerry Boshoga truly implicated, or merely another pawn in a monstrous network? Do you believe Cat Matlala will face what's coming, or remain a ghost in the system? And how do you feel about Malef's bail denial, just or an overreach? Thanks for listening all the way to the end. If this video resonated or sparked questions in your mind, please hit subscribe, leave a comment, and share your thoughts. Let's keep this conversation going, because in stories like this, your voice matters.